Welcome. If you're looking for an online therapist for depression who can see you via Skype, then I encourage you to go to my website and learn more about online mindfulness therapy. Mindfulness therapy is a very effective technique that we can use for healing the underlying emotions that are feeding depression. We can also use mindfulness therapy to break free from the habit of rumination or reactive habitual thinking, where we become controlled by intrusive thoughts that simply reinforce that depression. Mindfulness therapy is one of the most effective ways of working with the mind. That is the whole focus of mindfulness therapy. It's about learning how to build a conscious relationship with the mind. And when you have a conscious relationship, then you can break the habits that create emotional suffering, whether that's depression or anxiety or addiction. So developing a conscious relationship with the mind is the focus of this system of mindfulness-based therapy that I developed some years ago now. I call this mindfulness therapy or mindfulness meditation therapy, is another term that I often use to describe this process. The central approach that we take in mindfulness meditation therapy is to actually meditate on the mind, not on the breath or some other distraction technique, but to actually meditate on the mind directly. That is to deliberately meditate on our emotions and to deliberately meditate on negative thoughts and painful thoughts and intrusive thoughts. It's very important that you learn how to change your relationship to thoughts and emotions. If you try to escape them, if you try to run away from them or distract yourself away from them, then you will inadvertently feed the underlying emotional suffering. So it's really quite a different way of working with the mind. Most therapists try to talk you out of feeling depression or anxiety. They try to show you that your thoughts are irrational, or they try to change your beliefs through basically through trying to convince you, which is okay to a certain extent, but these kind of approaches, what I call the cognitive analytic approaches, are not really going to help you very much when those thoughts and beliefs are charged with emotion. When they are intensely emotional, it's really difficult to change them through any kind of thought process. The way you can change them is by changing the relationship that you have to those painful thoughts or memories or emotions. And this is what we focus on. We focus on establishing what is called a mindfulness-based relationship with your depression. You will deliberately meditate on the depression and the associated thoughts that feed it. You meditate on these emotions and thoughts in order to build freedom from them, from their influence. So you see, the real problem is that the mind operates habitually, unconsciously, without choice. It runs on autopilot, basically. And that is the real issue here. And mindfulness is a way of overcoming that unconscious habitual conditioning. But the only way to do that is to deliberately work on the conditioning. You have to bring that into conscious awareness, and that's why we meditate on the mind. It's a very direct approach for breaking that habitual conditioning and thereby freeing yourself from the underlying psychological processes that are causing your depression or anxiety or any other form of emotional suffering. So if you'd like to learn more about the online mindfulness approach for healing depression, then do please go to my website, read more about mindfulness therapy and the approach that I take. Look at the testimonials from previous clients who I've worked with, and please feel free to contact me. Ask any questions you have about the process of online therapy and how it can help you with your specific needs. Feel free to tell me what is really troubling you, and I'll be happy to explain to you how mindfulness therapy can help you. Because the approach is so direct and focused on the emotions and the thoughts that cause your depression, rather than just talking about your depression or trying to convince you not to be depressed, because the approach is so direct and focused, most people see quite dramatic changes in a very short time. And you should expect to see major changes after 3 to 4 sessions. Once you start applying the mindfulness techniques and approach that I will teach you in the first few sessions. So if you'd like to learn more, please go to my website and reach out to me by email, and I'd be happy to help you overcome your depression using mindfulness therapy. Thank you.